So at 16, I found out I was pregnant with my ex-boyfriend's kid. I was gonna parent. I wasn't planning on doing adoption. I didn't want anything to do with that. I wanted to be like, I was like, I'm gonna raise my own child. Like, that's my flesh and blood. So I was like, I'm gonna parent. And then one day I got really, really sick. And it was like literally the day of a show for theater. And I was a huge theater nerd. I loved theater. And I had to call my theater teacher because I was in the ER. And I was like, my understudy has to go on stage for me tonight. And she was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? And I kind of realized like that night that like for the rest of my life, I would be the understudy if I like chose to parent. Like, I'm still not ready to give up on what I want to do. And so that I kind of like started looking online at the adoption website again, and I had seen the adoption website before. On my 17th birthday, I had him, and I kept him with me because it was right around Thanksgiving. It was my birthday. I didn't want to remember like those happy times as like something horrible to look back on. So we decided that he would come home with me after the hospital for just a little bit, and like I'd get to parent him for like 4 days, and then I signed the papers. He knows who I am. He knows where he came from. Like, he knows he's my son, which is super awesome. So it's really nice to see him because he loves me so much and I love him so much. It was just so interesting for me because in high school, like, there wasn't really anybody in my high school that was pregnant and going to school. And so I was the only one, and like nobody really understood. Everybody was like, this is too weird. Like, I don't know if I can be your friend. So I like would lose friends. I'd gain friends. I went through this whole stage of like not knowing who would be in my life like the next day.
Okay, I'm the one. So you're on the other side.
You're a horrible human.
How does that make
It
me
was
a horrible
so
human?
like extremely difficult because I mean to
Go
be
talk to the
16 and
because they
like
got pineapples
I mean
on
in high school
burgers
your friends
now.
are your life. Like, that's why you go to schools, to see your friends. Like, that's why you do what you do, is to be with friends. So when I first moved up here, I was like in that cocky stage, like if they can't handle the fact that I had a kid, like I don't want them in my life. Like, they don't deserve to be in my life if they can't handle like the fact that I have a son or anything like that. And I was like in that really cocky stage where I was like, oh, I am who I am. Like, they have to love me. And I realized that it was really hard to like make people stay in my life when I did that. I'd had a few people I'd gone on dates with, and they found out, and they left like the second they found out I had a kid. And it was like, it's not even that I have a child, it's that I had a child. And like, they're like, you're just not the kind of girl I want in my life. Like I thought you were different. And so they'd leave, and it really sucked because there were those people who were just super not okay with it. And there were those people who were like, adoption's horrible. Like, I can't believe you would just give away your flesh and blood like that. I got to a point where I just told myself, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gave up, and I like completely gave up. And I came out of it a lot stronger than I should have, I think.